Could you tell us more about your infrastructure, but before the migration, and maybe the challenges which you've been facing? I'm sure that it was, a little bit longer process. It was taking it didn't happen over a weekend.
It certainly didn't. No. It was a little longer than that. So before, if I talk about maybe the previous network design based on InfiniBand. So we had an InfiniBand fabric. In fact, it was a dual fabric topology. So two separate, physically and logically separate networks. And we have compute and storage nodes that are taking a leg into each network for high availability. And we have then InfiniBand providing that like lossless, low latency connectivity that's needed for RDMA workloads. Touching on the IONOS cloud storage system, so it utilizes two kernel modules known as RMVB, which is RDMA over network block device. So this was something that we developed internally at IONOS and upstreamed into the Linux kernel. And essentially it is a pair of modules, one for the client, one for the server, and it takes care of mapping a remote block device. So for example, in our cloud setup, mapping the block device from a remote storage node and presenting it locally onto a compute node like it's a local block device. And obviously then we can mount VMs from that storage. So one of the main concerns for us was ensuring that in the new fabric based on Ethernet that protocol works well, and that's where kind of ROC EV2 really came into play. So thinking about maybe the traffic flows that we're seeing on the fabrics, east, west, we've got this RDMA traffic for storage running from compute nodes to storage nodes. We also have overlay traffic, of course, going from between compute nodes where we've got customers with VMs that are in common private networks. North-south, obviously we have VM traffic, so customer VMs towards the internet, and here we have an issue, right? So when we are moving packets from the InfiniBand network northbound towards the non-InfiniBand network to get via the WAN to the internet, we have some requirements for intermediary conversion hardware, right? So we have these boxes known as internet gateways internally that are taking care of that decapsulation and encapsulation process.